because they're all center now. And they fix the mess, fix it themselves.
Well, they ought to put some money in on it,
Barbara's gonna call
in
you.
my opinion. I mean,
No.
they're the ones, and I appreciate the fact that they employ a lot of people and everything, but they're the ones tearing up the road, and they give me a bid that's $100,000 more than what they told me it was gonna be.
Well, I got your other bid in there. That one there, I got a copy of it. I think it was $168,000.
Right, and they're,
$168,705.50.
and now we're at 268.
Now we're at, 271.93.
Yeah. So,
But it was 633 to be lucky, Rich.
Okay. But the thing, you know, you got in here, I guess it's.
If I get the door open, and you'd be able to shut off the broadcast after you.
yes, I will.
Right.
Hey, Brian?
Yes.
I got traffic control in here for 2 days. The road's gonna be going down. They're gonna have to turn in off 7th Street up to the new road.
I mean, what do they want to do? They want to just keep running the whole time this road's being repaired? Why can't they go down 7th Street longer?
They could, but I don't think they wanna get them trucks on that new, stuff they put in the road. And then they got tree removal in here.
There's no trees along that road.
They are, but they're a ways off of it, but, almost $6,000 for removing them trees. I take Darren out there with a backhoe, and then when I was around,
Right.
a couple hours.
Do they have any skin in this game? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
How you doing?
We met over at the, giveaway.
Yeah, but I'm here now.
Jason.
You have the-
Location.
I have no say, I know what you mean, but sometimes, and not.
Sure, well, if you just want to have a,
Okay, so
I'm sorry, Sandra.
they pitch in a little
That'd be
bit,
great.
or?
Yeah.
That's just a thought, Gary.
Well, they should be going down and grading the platforms. They won't turn it up.
But there you go.
So, you never opted out? I never have. No.
Good.
I felt like if I'm in here at the city adopting this policy and I'm opting out of it, that's not all yeah. And although I've thought all along that the whole idea of energy aggregation has become sort of a sham, I mean, you've got Ameren generating the power and delivering it to you. You're not generating power.
Oh, no, when they deregulated us, we were no longer allowed to go
Okay.
energy plants.
So you're just a delivery company.
Yeah, we have to go out and bid on the market like everybody else for that energy now that we used to produce for ourselves to supply to our customers.
I just don't understand how you can introduce a third party to the process and make it cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, no. The more middlemen you have, the more the price goes up.
So this home field energy though is not part of Ameren, right?
Correct.
Correct?
Yeah.
Dynergy or something right now is, I thought that's what I had last week.
Home field is not a part of it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Used to be, but
What time
not.
are you planning on going out Friday night?
Probably about, well, let me think though. Does the varsity game start early?
Well,
7:20, I think, is when it said they were going to be with Coach Murphy,
Okay.
between the JV and the varsity.
I figured I'd get there about 6:30.
The JV game, they've been on COVID, so they haven't been playing a JV game, they've been moving the varsity game up. They did? Okay. So anyway, I'll just meet you out there
Yeah,
6:30.
that'll be fine.
Okay.
I had lunch with Lynn Navarre today and talked it all through with him.
You got all your bullet points?
Yes.
Okay, are you wearing a tie?
I hadn't even thought about that.
I have a red and yellow tie that would look great on you.
Okay. I guess I'm wearing a tie. Yeah. So I shouldn't wear my CCHS 99.
That would look great with the red and yellow.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. Anyway.
No, we had, when I was on the board, everybody had the red and yellow tie.
Ah, I got you.
So I just,
Go ahead and pile up again.
I've got one of those ties too.
Well, McBride's got one of those ties also. I haven't seen you wear it to a council meeting.
I'm gonna have to wear a tie for the rest of eternity when I die, so
Yeah.
I try to avoid it as much as possible right now.
Understood.
I've heard nothing but great reviews so far.
Way better attendance than I thought. I think I'm 50 this morning. I think I'm 50 people get up at 5 a.m.
Now, we are currently running a 21-day prayer with, City Hope Church.
Uh-huh.
And, this week at 6 o'clock in the morning, we're meeting at City Hall. Next week, we'll meet at our church.
Cool.
It's just a little half-hour program. And, it's just a 21 days of prayer.
Did you guys send out a little press release on that?
City Hall might have, or Raj might have.
Yeah, because I got something at WXAN about it. That's great. It really is.
Christ Community Church is also on the 21 day.
Okay. Do we have anyone on the call? Is there anyone on the city council call?
Yes.
Is
Yes.
that Ms. Hughes?
No. My name is Valencia Morris. I'm here with my son, Omari Morris.
Okay.
He has a school project, and this was part of it, to join the council meeting.
Oh, excellent. Well, we welcome both of you to the meeting. We're not underway just yet, but we will be in about 5 minutes or so. Can you hear us okay?
Hello?
I said, can you hear us okay? I gotta answer my own question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. I guess I got disconnected some kind of way. Did
No,
you hear
you're-
what I said?
I said, I can still hear you.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, I took Ronnie Johnson over the VA the other morning, I picked him up, said he won't have eye surgery.
Uh-huh.
His wife wouldn't take him, he told ride with her anyway. We get done, his daughter's gonna call me, and he called her, she said, Mom, sick, I gotta go get fast. At the time we got home, she was COVID positive.
Oh, really?
She lives in St. Louis, and then she's got her daughter, 10, 11 years old, who goes to school every day, so I just wonder what they done with it.
It's throwing a monkey wrench in a lot of things. I'm finally getting daycare back tomorrow. It's been out since December the 15th.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Dalton's got his little boy turned 2 today, but he goes to daycare over with a girl they're adopting, will be 3 next month.
Miss Hughes, are you on the call? Guess not.
Oh, yes. Hi, my name is Valencia Morris. This is my first time joining a meeting. council meeting?
Yeah, very good. We appreciate you being on the call with us. We're just checking to see if we've got anyone else that's joined.
Okay.
This is Harold. I'm on the phone.
Say that again, Brian.
Mayor, this is Darren Mill.
Oh, okay, Darren. Thank you. Sorry.
Well, no wonder he didn't answer.
Yeah.
Mayor, this is Harold Sheffer.
Thank you, Harold.
Mayor, this
Well,
is Catherine Volley.
Thank you, Catherine.
Mayor, this is Charlie Isaac.
Not me.
Thank you, Charlie.
Oh,
Barb, I just tried to call you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. Oh, it's on my way. Moving slow.
All right, well, I've got 6 here, so that's enough to do business. You ready, Gina?
we're ready.
All right. Call to order this meeting of the Murphysboro City Council here on this Tuesday, January the 11th at 6 p.m. As always, I would ask that we would all rise. We have Pastor with us this evening, and we would ask him to lead us in an invocation.
Of course, anyone that wants to agree with us in prayer, please bow your head and close your eyes. If not, you're not really time back to your main at this time. Lord, we ask that you would bless these people that have given their time generously to help lead this community, that you give them wisdom and insight, understanding that you are a God that cares deeply for your children and for their well-being. Lord, we ask that tonight would be productive, that it would be helpful to the community of Murphysboro and those that live around it. In Jesus' name, for your glory, we pray. Amen.
Yes.
Thank you, Pastor Jason.
Thank you.
Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk Hunziker, would you please call the roll?
Alderman Hughes. Alderman Curry Witzman. Alderman Campos. Alderman Austin. Alderman Brown. Alderman Pittman. Alderman Urbis. Alderman Urbis. Alderman McComb.
Here.
Alderman Bastian.
Here.
Alderman Gladden.
Here.
And Mayor Stevens.
Here. Okay, up first we have the picture out there, John.
Okay.
Get down on your feet, John.
Yeah. We have a new seating arrangement.
Gotta get it early, get it covered.
Yeah. We have consideration of council minutes from December the 28th. We also have included the Murphysboro City Council public hearing as well. I'd entertain any questions or amendments to those minutes this time. I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have consideration of accounts payable, accounts receivable, and payroll registers. I believe we had one additional item come in just before the meeting. Entertain any questions on the bills.
Question there.
Don?
Just on
what you handed out today sounds good. Finish the statements on the power.
I believe we're still waiting on a bill from Murphysboro Electric.
If there's no other questions, I entertain a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. That takes us to our regular committee and commission reports. First, we have Budget and Finance, chaired by Mr. W.J. Pittman. Scott, are you on the call this evening?
We do have a packet in here from Scott, it looks like the end of the year report, budget announcement, with actual payroll. We also have the healthcare costs compared to that budget amount. Some operating expenses, and then it looks like we've got the first month of 2022, sales tax report, which looks like it's also, we should start there. Does anybody have any questions about stuff? He's not here to answer, so if anybody have anything they want to comment about stuff. There's no other items on the review business, public comments on your budget and finance.
Thank you, W.J. Takes us to Building and Grounds, chaired by Mr. John Irvis. John?
Have no old business, business update from both committees on the new had a building committee meeting earlier today, the architects were there, and covered a whole lot of news items. We have the proposed contract, and so we need to have our attorney review.
We have a copy of it.
Next, building committee is October 8th, so if we'd like to have it by the next council meeting.
With?
Next council meeting, 2 weeks from
Okay.
tonight.
Okay. And the contract that he's referencing, just in case folks might not remember, is the contract with the architect, Hagemeyer. And so we continue to work that process slowly but surely, and should have some things for a more expanded discussion probably at our next council meeting.
Any questions on that? Any public comment?
Joe, before we move out, Sandra Ford would like you to come by the senior hall, because she knows you're overbuilding ground. Sometime when you get time, just talk to her.
What's her name?
Sandra Ford, she's,
Okay, yeah.
runs the senior hall.
That's the first time I've heard you call her Sandra Buller, not Conjardo.
I was gonna say, would you know her better?
At one time, her last name was McCall.
Oh, okay. So,
Not every, gone to school with it, so.
yeah,
Right next door, son.
all right, well,
Will do, Gary. She there most days? She there most days?
Yeah, most days from 10 or 11, you know, they close at probably time you get off work at 3 o'clock.
Usually.
They're open Monday through Friday. She just said she'd like to, I had breakfast with her and her husband the other day, and she said she'd like to come on sometime. I'm sure, if I can remember it, I'll tell him.
are we good to go into community relations? Yeah. Okay. We'll go into community relations, chaired by Mr. Mike Austin. Mike?
Thank you, Mayor. There is no other business, and under new business, we all received the request for the street closure for the Old Street Park Fair. I talked with Chief McBride and with Chief Elmar, and they are both comfortable with the street being closed, which I'm sure is probably has been done numerous years, right?
Yeah, this has been going on in the, historic preservation area for, probably 5 years maybe. I don't know. It's really very, very nice. A lot of local artisans and our local performers even. And, they usually have a good turnout. It's a good thing for the city. I would second it.
Mike, do we know, and you probably don't know this, do we normally clean the streets for them? I don't ever remember that.
I don't remember us ever doing that before, although it probably needs to be done, before the street sweeper maybe.
They want them sprayed off with a fire department,
No, I
street
don't think
sweeper?
so. I think they just want the street sweepers, just to get any debris and leaves and such that might be there.
Somebody needs to get a hold of Darren and let him know.
Well, that was one question I
Yeah.
wanted to bring up myself, was is that normal?
I don't remember us ever cleaning the streets down there for them.
I don't think we did before, Gary.
Yeah, it could be, I just don't remember.
I don't think that they have ever requested that, but then at the same time,
I don't think it's an unreasonable request.
I mean, if we're, because the event's on a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And so I assume that, you know, if we,
Even if they did it on Friday, that'd be fine.
Right, right.
I don't think you have to call them in a day to cop on Saturday, because
Run
it's,
the street sweeper and clean gutters.
yeah, that's basically what they're asking us.
Don't do that on Friday.
yeah.
Yeah,
Only thing you gotta watch is if it's just a fourth Friday, because that's there are a lot of them down here at the Holden area too.
yeah.
They don't take them long enough to do the street sweeping.
Is that the only question we have?
Yeah,
regarding that?
I don't,
WJ has made the, motion to, adopt that separation.
Second. Barb seconded.
One second. Okay, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Are there any other public comments? If not, we can move out of community relations.
thank you, Mr. Austin, and that takes us to public improvement chaired by Alderman Mike Bastian. Mike?
Thank you, Mayor. We have nothing listed under old business and nothing listed under new business this evening. Any public comment? That being said, we go to public improvement.
Okay. That takes us into Public Works, chaired by Mr. Gary McComb. Gary?
No old business, under, new business, improvements on Future Lane, and, we opened the bids this morning at 10 o'clock up here. There was only 2 bids, E.T. Simons and Samron. And I guess you guys got a copy of them, didn't you put a copy out for everybody. The last bid they give us, before these come out, was $168,705.50. And this is $271,193.50. Of course, Simons was 80, I can think about 85% over estimated cost from Blankenship. And Cameron's about 7% over. And I don't expect anybody to vote on this tonight. There's some things that they got in here, like tree removal and stuff. And also they got in there about, redoing the entrance to a couple buildings out there, but I haven't got it through my head that we need to go that far. I don't think we need to go but a few feet past where the trucks turn and go back into the plant. And they got traffic control in here on the bid because they want to keep that road open while they're working on it. But they're still hauling material into their plant, which to me, if we did do it, we should shut the road down, let them go to work on it, and then go down 7th Street and up their new road into the plant. You know, and then you'll have to pay for traffic control. The tree removal is a little high to me. I think Darren could go out there with a backhoe and get the trees out, but
And I've driven that road, I cannot recall any trees.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, when you turn at the county garage going that way, when you get back to turn into their road, I can remember a tree there on the left, but I can't see where that tree's in the way of anything. It's not that big a tree. But I don't wanna go out
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I get my caveat, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, then Harold walked there one day.
Mr. Mills, did you have something?
No, this is Harold.
Yeah, Mr. Sheffer.
Yeah, I have been talking to Sam Ron a little bit, and there are some things I think we can knock out of this. I think the last thing we talked about, they had a deduct of about 65 grand, and some of those things were like Gary was talking about, not going down as far to the west. So, you know, I'd kind of like to review what they sent. They sent that to me pretty late, so we can review that. But right now, you know, they were down around 206, 207, which is certainly a little better number.
In 8 hours' time, they found $65,000.
Well, it is changing the project a little bit, but it's not going to, you know, cut into the integrity of the project.
Okay.
So we will look at it, and I'll get with Gary and the city and see what we can do. There are some trees out there, but they are little scrub trees. So those I think the city can take in.
Ms. Hughes?
Probably shows my ignorance, but if we do this, how much of it's gonna have to be redone once 7th Street's done?
None.
None of it, it's completely away from where we're doing the rest of the work.
Well, if you turn past Doherty and
Yeah,
you go down to the county garage,
yeah,
you make a right.
yes,
If you drive that road up, there's a road goes to the left back to
Yes.
the plant. That is the section they're talking about doing.
that's the section, it's not hooked to.
Now, don't go near 7th
It
Street.
doesn't go near it, okay, thank you.
No, it would cost a bunch of money to concrete it all the way up to 7th Street.
Yeah,
But-
and I was just worried that some of this would have to be redone once we
No.
got into the 7th Street project more, so that street doesn't go all the way through. It goes through, but it doesn't go to 7th. It does go all the way to 7th? Okay, thank you,
But there was a,
Well, it connects to Venture Lane,
okay,
which connects to 7th Street.
okay. I need to drive out there and
But-
look at those, I just don't know the names of those streets out there.
I don't think, personal, and I'm gonna go out and look at it tomorrow when I get down in Marion, to see how many feet I think we need to go past where those trucks are turning and coming out.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the other businesses up on the right are past that road. And on this bid sheet, they have got going all the way to them and matching the road up with their entrances. And I don't think we're gonna have to do any of that. I know they gotta get the water, anytime you're building a road, you gotta have a good base, and you gotta get the water away from the edges of the road. Which now all the water comes down and from the county garage runs right across that road, and that's right where the asphalt is. There's no place for the water to go. And of course, that road was not built for semi-traffic.
No.
There's no base to it.
Mr. Austin, did you have something?
I did, we have another business down there, Heinz Oil,
Yeah.
could that possibly be why they was wanting the flagman down there or something to allow him to keep operating during that time?
Well, it's according to what they showed on, but I think,
I'm just concerned that any type of work down there around the corner is gonna prevent him from going in
I
and
think
out.
he would still be able to get out the other way. He might have to go out their road that they built in. There might be a way he can go in and out of that road. I hadn't really looked at that. He is in that vicinity. I don't know if his turn is past that or before it.
It's, you're talking about when Terry Lane comes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you turn back to his, place back there. I don't know how far it is out of Fairlane. the first road to the left is, after you make the turn, it's the one that goes back to them, and he might be driving that road too, I don't know, to get back to his business.
Well, he has always told me that the good road, the one that's in there now, his trucks can't make that turn to go into his plant, so he always had to go down in front of Dollar General and go across Terry Lane, because his trucks couldn't make the turn.
Yeah, and they will, and I really don't know why he can't make that. Well, he's going the same way the semis come in and out. Yeah. And I'd say eventually, the road goes to county road, they're gonna mess it up with all that heavy traffic. Now, that's a better built road because the county runs dump trucks back and forth. This road here wasn't made for even dump trucks, let alone semis in and out there, 50, 60 of them a day making that turn.
Yeah.
Because when they come off down past Dollar General and make that right, they're swinging way up toward that fence of the counties and cutting back. And it's just taking that road like that, and then when the water crosses it, when they hit it, one thing about that hole, it slows them truck drivers down.
Yeah, it does do that.
And breaks.
But
He's got equipment on the trucks.
the main thing about these bids right now is to, let everybody know what we're looking at, then we can get off this bid. Like I say, I look through the bid and I pinpoint everything, there's a lot of stuff I see in there that they're built, one of those for that don't need to be built for.
Well, I know prices have went up a lot since they last gave us that $168,000 bid, but they haven't went up by the percentage that we're talking about here. But if they can get this down around the ballpark, what we were considering, but at $271,000, I'll just dump rock on it for the next 100 years. I mean, that's just irresponsible amount of money.
September the 3rd of 2021 when they give us the other bid.
Yeah.
But I realize stuff's going up. Every year, most of the union contracts get a raise in April, May.
Right. All right. Well, the bottom line is, Harold, it sounds like you're going to be submitting some sort of amended bid from Samron.
Yes, we'll do what we call value engineering. We'll get a new price from them and submit that to the council.
Okay, well, we'll hold this to the next council meeting on the agenda and go from there.
Okay, sure.
Is there any public comment on the public work? Here, and we come out now.
Thank you. We'll go to public safety chaired by Mr. Russell Brown. We have no old business or new business, but I do want to just bring in a topic for quick discussion here. Chief McBride, are you still with us on the call?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
All right, very good. The council voted to hire a new additional firefighter in the coming year. Originally, we had talked about that hire being done in April, but as I understand, the fire academy has been rescheduled this year, and it is earlier. And so the fire chief has requested that we make that hire in February. And we've run some numbers and believe that it's really not going to cost us more than about $500 or so to make the hire a couple months earlier. And so,
Mayor, as I presented it, the hire was actually presented to be done on March 1st. The April 1st was the purchase of the radio equipment.
excuse me for, I looked at that April 1st date on something today, and I thought that was the firefighter hire. So it's actually just a 1 month increase or earlier. Is that right, Chief?
It's actually 2 weeks. I'd like to hire the new firefighter on the 14th of February to give him 2 weeks in-house prior to leaving for the academy.
If you keep going, it's going to be the same time as before.
Yeah, Yeah, no, it's February 14th is when I'd like to bring him on. So it would be 2 weeks worth of salary and benefits over what we had budgeted.
All right, so if there's no objection from the council in making that amendment to the hire, then we'll advise that we'll move forward in that way. And I'm looking around and I don't see any objections, so we'll move forward in that. What's that?
I still am opposed to hiring one, but that's my own opinion.
Well, I don't have a vote, so I expressed my perspective already.
I don't care when we do this, we have to do it.
All right, well.
Well, so really, we need to have the interviews done by the first of February.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
and
I mean, we're really running close, for our interview system. By the time we get a list from,
we already have a list.
how many are on it?
We have 3 that are going to be interested in the position.
Okay,
And I think today me and Sandra talked and we're shooting for interviews like around the 17th or something, or,
of January.
yes.
Like week from Sunday.
I don't, what was the date, Sandra?
Monday.
19th, excuse me.
Okay, all right,
Um,
just let me know, date and time. We won't get it done in that length of time if we don't get those interviews within the next
Right.
and a half, probably.
Well, I think we've got it scheduled in time to make it happen. We've got 3 good candidates, and I think the Police Fire Commission is satisfied with them all. And any member of the council is welcome to look at that list, of course, to see who they are. That's all I have under public safety. Is there any public comment on public safety?
This is not on public safety, but do we have any update on Russell? I would love to know how he's doing.
I failed
I
to.
don't know if this is an inappropriate time to even ask that.
I didn't call Russell today. Typically, I've been calling him on council meeting days. I just forgot to do so. The last I spoke with him 2 weeks ago, he was recovering from his heart valve replacement surgery, but had a few lingering side effects from it, and hope that he could.
I'm just so worried now.
I have it too.
Mayor, I do talk to Michelle at the state attorney's office every day. That he's doing that.
Good.
He's
I'm
making
glad.
progress.
Good, I'm so glad, thank you.
He did tell me that yesterday, or last Friday, I guess.
Thank you for that.
Well, if there's no public comment on public safety, we'll go to personnel. Chair by Ms. Barbecue. Barb.
Thank you, Mayor. There's some old business and new business, and it's really kind of old business anyway. I just think with the upsurge of the COVID, in the county, that I would love for the supervisors and our foremen to have some one-on-one meetings or within their departments so that they can reiterate what we expect as a community and as a state, you know, for the use of masks. I know, I'm not quite sure, was that all included in that original, ordinance that we did that is no longer in effect? Were employees included in that, or was that just a policy that we adopted? I can't remember, if you want to know the truth.
Well, the ordinance was targeted more toward the general public,
Yeah,
but
I thought
certainly
there was two.
previous to that, we had put forth departmental directives.
Yeah, and so I think that we need to revisit that departmental thing. I mean, we're as bad, if not worse, than we were a year ago. And, the hospitals have more, SIH has more hospitalizations right now than they have in the history of COVID. Since March of, 2020. So I just would like to see them revisit with their employees. We all became lackadaisical. I mean, myself included. It's like, you're tired of the darn mask, you're tired of COVID here. You know, it's like, just let me live my life. But if we can protect our employees and our public, I think we should. And if we aren't setting the example for them, it won't happen.
I will.
I thank you for this.
I would just, Barb, as you're the chair of personnel, would you want to get with Sandra or perhaps yourself to draft
And
something
just
that we
have
can put out?
Draft something to put out
Yeah.
for them to just get out to all their departments.
Yeah.
It certainly isn't gonna hurt anything.
No.
Have you talked to any of the department heads?
Yes, I have talked to Tim, and, I talked with Sandra, and, I also have talked some with, Catherine.
Talked
But I
to
have
Darren
not
and
talked
Pat?
to Darren yet, and I have not talked to Pat. And I've talked some with Charlie, but not within the last week, you know. But I will. And, you know, pros or cons, I'm perfectly willing to listen if you guys have any, input on it.
The only thing that I've read about this latest variant is that it seems like the spikes come and go perhaps a little bit quicker than some of the others. Yeah, like when you look at other places around the world that have already dealt with it. So if there's any silver lining, it's that,
Pretty much gone through Africa now.
yeah, hopefully this is because it's so transmissible
Yeah.
that it, you know, goes through everybody that can cause a problem fairly quickly. But anyway, anything else?
No, I will talk with Sandra and we'll draft something to perhaps send out or
Okay.
email out. Thank you. And if you have any input that you would like in that memo or whatever, let me know, please. Any public comments? Hearing none, I think we can get out of that, Mayor. And if we hurry, we might set a record.
I do have a quick executive session tonight, and I mean it when I say quick.
Anything on the mayor's report?
I have nothing on the mayor's report, so I will go to a council member request, Ms. Hughes.
Nothing, thank you.
Mr. McCollum?
Nothing.
Mr. Gladden?
Thanks, Barbara, for being on point on the last name. Thank you.
Mr. Bastian?
I have nothing.
Mr. Urbis? Mr. Pittman? Mr. Austin?
Friday night at high school, the mayor will be making a presentation. If anybody wants to go, please come out. It'll be a pretty neat little scene.
Very good. I don't believe I have any council members on the call, so I will go to department head requests. Here in the chamber. We have Attorney Blake.
Nothing to report.
All right. Mr. Mills?
I have nothing.
Mr. Gladden? Gladson, excuse me.
Nothing.
Ms. Volley?
I have nothing, thank you.
Mr. Lee? Mr. Lee? Mr. Iser? Mr. Iser?
Nothing here, Mayor.
Okay.
The mess report's getting.
Yeah, all right. Chief Ellermeyer? Chief Ellermeyer?
I have nothing.
Okay. Chief McBride?
Nothing, sir.
Mr. Manwaring?
I have nothing.
I always forget somebody. Ms. Ridley? Scott Evans? All right. That's, I think, everybody. With that being said, I do need a motion to go into executive session. All in favor? Opposed? All right, thank you.
Mayor, this is Brian. Do you want me to just end the call at this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you can go back to that computer and stop the broadcast there, I'll take care of ending the call for everyone.
Oh, the door was closed and it's locked, so I'll get with the PD and they can get us back in there.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.